All right, Erica, you want to start with the introduction?
Absolutely. Good afternoon. I am Erica Hoppus. I am the administrative manager for the IT system support section at MLCC. We have been working on the SIPS project, as you guys know, for quite some time. So we are super excited, to jump into training and show you guys how to submit transactions using the new SIPS system. I'll turn it over to Sam, and she'll give you an introduction as well.
Hi, I'm Samantha Frisbee. I am the business analyst in the IT system support unit at Liquor Control. I am equally as excited to roll out SIPS Plus to you guys, encourage you to ask a lot of questions. And I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the chat. I'll probably edit a couple times throughout the training, but it is the link to our SIPS Plus our SIPS Plus information area on our website. There it will give you some information on how to get access to SIPS Plus via the My Login, downtimes. You can also access the training videos and user manuals as well. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that in the chat.
Thank you, Sam. The only thing that I will add to that is any trainings that we have already done throughout the week are posted out there on the site as well. So one-stop shop. We have conducted a couple other training sessions as far as my login and navigating the system, as well as the product registration. So, this training will round out the non-spirit side for us, but we are posting all of those videos and training manuals, any documentation that we have out there on that site. So one-stop shop for both our spirit and non-spirit users. All right.
I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera off when you get started.
And I'm going to follow her lead. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we are going to go off camera now. And if you guys could just let me know when you're able to see the home screen.
I'm able to see it.
Very, very good. All right, as you guys know, today we are going to cover the non-spirit product transactions. So when our users log into the system, they are going to be directed to the home screen. We are going to go ahead and start with transactions that we initiate from the product themselves. So I am going to go ahead and travel out to the More tab, and I am going to select Product. I am going to go ahead and select Approved Products because the first transaction that we are going to submit is just an update product transaction. This is a request to staff to update an existing product that we have. So we are going to go ahead and select the product number. I'm going to select Submit a Transaction from the upper right-hand screen. And using the dropdown, I am going to go ahead and select Update Product and click Next. It is going to pre-fill with the product that I am on. And our users are going to just fill in a comment. And we're just going to say, please update the brand name to include peach. And I'm going to go ahead and hit Next. It's going to ask me to certify that the information that I have submitted is true and accurate to the best of my knowledge. And I'm going to go ahead and submit for approval. Users are going to be directed out here to this transaction screen. You can see that this is in a submitted status, and it is ready for MLCC to review. You are able to see the information that you've submitted to staff down here in the details area. I do want to go ahead and just take a moment to let you guys know when you are doing your product registration, those product registrations, the products that are in a submitted status, you are able to edit those until they are in a staff review status. And we did cover this during the product registration training, but I did just want to mention it here because this particular transaction to update your product, this is going to be used once you are beyond the submitted status. So this is for something that has already been approved, and yesterday somebody had actually brought up, hey, can we add a flavor, to the brand name? So I did go ahead and use that as my comment here, but this would be for those approved items that are already submitted and approved to MLCC and where you're just looking to make an update to something. If for some reason the update that you are requesting is going to require that you register another product, MLCC staff will get a hold of you and let you know that that's not an update that they are able to make. And they'll just let you know that you're going to need to go ahead and do a product registration. Any questions that you guys have in regards to submitting that update product? Okay. I am going to then go ahead and move into our associate and disassociate product wholesalers. And again, we are starting these transactions directly from the products. And I'm going to go ahead and navigate to my approved products because I do want to make sure that I am using a product that is in an approved status. In the upper right-hand corner, I'm going to hit submit a transaction from the product. And we're going to go ahead and select associate, disassociate, product wholesaler. So it's going to go ahead and pop up a screen for me of the product. And I'm just going to go ahead and select my supplier that I would like to change. The first thing that it is going to do is that it's going to give me an option to select any disassociated wholesalers that I previously had a link to and make them active. So these are currently inactive wholesalers, but these are folks that, you know, systematically, I know I have done business with them before. So I am able to say, hey, you know what? I do want to start doing business with this individual again. And so I can take this inactive disassociated wholesaler and select them to be made active. The next screen is going to give me all of my associated wholesalers, and it's going to ask me to select the ones that I want to make disassociated. So here I am able to select anybody that I want to go ahead and inactivate that relationship. And the third page is just looking at all of the wholesalers that I haven't done business with yet and asking me if I want to go ahead and add new ones. So there is this workflow allows you to do all of those items. So I am, just for the sake of training, going to go ahead and add a couple here as well. So I did just want to go ahead and let you know, if you did have a relationship, you know, and you had previously disassociated a wholesaler and you get to this page, you are able to still select them from this page, even though, you know, you missed them on the first page. So I don't want people to, you know, panic. You can always hit the previous button, but this is going to give you that all-encompassing list of wholesalers. I'm going to go ahead and submit. I am going to certify that the information is true and accurate and hit select submit for approval. So a few things from this transaction screen that I wanted to go ahead and point out to our users. The status when you are submitting wholesaler updates is going to just automatically update to approved. These items do not need to be reviewed. They are things that you guys manage and they are on auto approval. In the details section, it is going to give you a list of all of the wholesalers that you selected in each one of those screens. So we know that, you know, our users came in, they wanted to associate or disassociate a product wholesaler. I can see that they, from the associated wholesaler list, they went ahead and picked this Carpe Venom to be reinstated, that they disassociated these wholesalers, and that they added these new wholesalers. So for you guys, you know, on the external side of things, you are able to get into those products and look at these transactions and see exactly what you requested as you go through like the history of that product. And you're able to do all of this in one workflow. If you are on, you know, the first associated wholesaler list and you don't pick anything, you are going to go ahead and see a blank area here. But we do give that transparency to our external users as they're making those wholesaler modifications in the new system. Did you guys have any questions on how to update your wholesaler information? Okay, so before we move on to the next, I do just want to take a moment. We did have a suggestion come in yesterday during one of our training sessions, you know, to look at whether we have the ability to do this in bulk. And at the moment, we do not have the ability to do that. So that is something that was added to our list of, you know, ideas to consider post go live. You know, but I did just want to mention that here. I know nobody in this training had that question, but just in case our listeners, you know, for folks who are going to listen in later had that question, I wanted to go ahead and call that out because that was something that did come up yesterday a couple different times. Okay. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and move on then to our reinstate or discontinue a product supplier. So we're going to go back to our products. I am going to start with an approved product, and we are going to go ahead and discontinue one of these approved products. I'm going to select which product I want to discontinue. I'm going to select submit a transaction from the upper right-hand corner. I am going to select the transaction type, reinstate, discontinue, product supplier, and I'm going to hit next. The system is going to ask me if I want to reinstate or discontinue. And since I do want to take this approved product and discontinue it, I am going to hit discontinue and select next. It is going to pre-populate that product information for me. I'm going to go ahead and select my supplier, and I'm just going to enter a reason why I want to discontinue. I'm just going to throw in test discontinue, and we're going to go ahead and submit that. Do our attestation, submit for approval. And I can see that this transaction has now in a submitted status, which means that it is ready for MLCC to go ahead and review. In the information on this transaction, you are going to see an overall type of reinstate, discontinue, product supplier. Your subtype is going to be discontinue, so that you know when you're looking at these products what that request was for. Any questions on the discontinue portion of this particular transaction? Okay. I'm going to go ahead then and do the reinstate piece of that. So again, we're going to go out to our products. This time I am going to update my view to discontinued products because what I'm looking for now is just to reinstate something that is in a discontinued status. I'm going to go ahead and select the product. I'm going to select submit a transaction from the upper right-hand corner. And using the dropdown, I'm going to go ahead and select reinstate, discontinue, product supplier. And next. This time we're going to go ahead and hit reinstate existing. And I am going to hit next. It is going to ask me to go ahead and fill that license number in. And next. And because this is a product that does have the option of using a wholesaler, it is going to let me know that I do need to go ahead and select wholesalers for this. So we are going to go ahead and just go pick a couple of them, throw them on there. And I'm going to go ahead and submit that. We're going to be directed to our certification and submit for approval. I can see that the transaction is now in a submitted status, which means it is ready for MLCC to go ahead and take a look at. In the detail section of the transaction, it is again going to give me that overall type, reinstate or discontinue. My subtype is reinstate existing. And it is going to go ahead and give me a list of the wholesalers that I selected for this reinstatement. Okay. Any questions on how to submit those transactions to reinstate an existing product? All right. Easy crowd today. Easy crowd. All righty. I am going to go ahead and switch over then to the transactions that we submit from an account. So I am going to pop back over to our accounts tab here. It is going to give me a list of all of the accounts that I am associated with. And that is again driven by the active license contacts that we have in our system. I am going to select the account name. When I select the account name, I am going to be directed to the details page. It's just going to give me some high level information. I am going to select the related list here. And this is going to give me a list of trade names that I am able to maintain as an external user for this account. So I can see that there is already one existing trade name out there. I am able to go ahead and select the new button. And I'm going to see a box pop up where I am able to enter information for a new trade name. And we are going to go ahead and add another name, update the status to active, and we're going to go ahead and hit save. This is going to go ahead and give you the ability to maintain any trade names that you have or that you are functioning with. If you are no longer using a trade name and you want to make it inactive, you do have the functionality to click an existing trade name, select the edit button, and update that status to inactive. So our internal staff also has the ability to go ahead and add trade names. But part of our new registration system was the ability to let you guys go ahead and access that trade name functionality for each account and maintain that, at an external level as well. Any questions that you guys have in regards to how to update and maintain those trade names for your business? Okay. I am going to go ahead and head back to the home page. That rounds out the transactions that we needed to show you today. Did anybody have any overall questions in regards to the SIPS system on the non-spirit side of things? Okay. I will just go ahead then and give the group a reminder that we do have all of our training materials, our videos and manuals out there on the SIPS Plus webpage. Sam did go ahead and post that in the chat for everyone. If you want to go ahead and navigate out there and take a look at what we have. There is an email box out there on the website as well. So if you do need support, there is a Lara MLCC SIP support email box. So you guys can go ahead, send in any commentary, suggestions, or if you have any questions, feel free to send them our way. Sam, did you have anything you wanted to add before we give folks some time back?
Nope, I just popped those two things in the chat. So in case you forget what Erica said, they're right there in the chat for you. You can also navigate to our homepage, click on the SIPS link, and you'll have all the information there as well.
Very good.
All right.
Okay.
Everyone
Well,
have a great
weekend, everyone. Thank you for attending.
Wow.